All, in this video we will talk about strategy pattern. This comes under behavioral category. Okay. Now let us consider a simple application. Okay, I'm building an application from scratch related to navigation. What I want to do is, whenever a navigator or a traveler gives source place and the destination place, like let's say a person wants to travel from A to B, he can enter source as A and he can enter source destination as B. Now what my application will give is, it will give you a route using which a navigator can travel from A to B. Okay. Now initially, since I can't deploy everything in one go, what I'll do is, first I'll go with road transportation. Like people who wants to go by road, I'll provide route only to those travelers. And later on what I'll do is, maybe I'll implement the logic for pedestrians, and later on I'll implement logic for the people who travel by planes, and then for the people who travel by water. Okay. So first, initially what I'll do is, I have created a navigator class, and inside the navigator class what I have done is, I have created a build route method. Okay, this is the build route method. Okay, this is the public method. Now what I have done is, people will enter A comma B, source comma destination, and then I had put the logic for route. Later on what I have done is, first I have put the logic for route, right? Now later on I wanted to implement it for water. Okay, for the people who goes by sea or ocean. Now what I have done is, since I'm using the same method, I have added if else clause. Like if people goes by, okay, if people goes by road, then execute the road logic. Or if people goes by water, then execute, like you can have this else if logic. And then if the people goes by water, executes the another logic. And then if people, later on what I'll do is, I'll implement logic for pedestrians as well. Now what happens is, else if pedestrians, what I'll do is, I'll put the else if logic. Likewise it goes on. Now if you see, as the requirements keep coming, as you are building routes for more modes of transportation here, your build route method had become too complicated, because you had put everything here. For road transportation also, what you did is, you just had added if road transportation, put logic, and else if it is a walk, then put add logic here, right? Your method has become so complicated. Let's say if a person wants to add for another like mode of transportation, what you have to do is, you have to add another else logic, else if logic, and then you have to put another, like you have to put another code, you have to add the code here. Now this way this method has become complicated, and you have to retest it every time. Even if you make a small change, you have to retest it, right? So that's why what I think is, since every time you have to come here and modify it, and by mistake if people has add or delete a single line, then again it will become a problem. Every time you need to retest, right? So what I'll do is, since I know that this build route method keeps changing, because requirements keep coming to attract more customers. Because if you add more modes of transportation, then only navigators or the travelers come more and use your app more, right? So to attract more people, you keep adding more modes of transportation here. That's why what I have done is, instead of coming to this class again and again and modifying it, what I'll do is, I'll make this as a super class, be it as an interface or an abstract class. What I'll do is, I'll not implement anything here. I'll just make this method as abstract. Okay, when I make this abstract, and then I'll have my child classes. So my child classes is like this one would be navigator. Okay, my child classes would be, first I have done for the road transportation, right? So I can put this is for as a road. Okay, road transport. In this what I have done, like since this method is abstract, I can add logic for build route. So this build route logic is only for modes of transportation, like road mode of transportation. Then I can create another child class for water. Okay, maybe for water transport, this is another class. And here also, whatever classes that inherits or implements this particular class, what it has to do is, it has to implement logic in the build route. What it does is, in the build route, it will put logic only for the water. Likewise, I can do it for pedestrians as well. Okay, for pedestrian transport I can create, and then I can add build route method. Okay, now what we can think is, like, let's say another mode of transportation had come. Okay, build route, another mode of transportation had come. Let us just consider another mode of transportation has come. What you will do is, you need not modify this build route method. Okay, and these are specific only, like this logic is only specific for road, and this logic is specific only for water, and this logic is only specific for pedestrian. Now if let's say you want to do some another mode of X transport, okay, you can just create another class, and this class, what you can do is, this class, it can just inherits this. Okay, this way you need not change this class again and again, because you need not change this class, and you need not modify this class, you need not modify this class, and these classes, whatever classes you have written, you need not touch them. Okay, so that your existing logic won't break. Whenever a new mode of transportation had come, what the simple thing you have to do is, you just have to create another class which inherits or implements this class, and then you have to build, you have to write the logic of the build route here. Okay, this is done. Now this solution looks so simple. Why you might think that why you need a separate pattern called strategy for this solution is so simple. You can just make use of the inheritance, and then you can clear, you need not modify the existing code, right? But there is a problem here. Now this class is for navigator. Okay, this class is not just for building routes, right? Navigator or a traveler has so many other behaviors. Now one behavior or what is, he want to find the route. Okay, that's it, that is one requirement. But the navigator can have other requirements or other behaviors as well. Let's say navigator wants to find restaurants as well. Okay, while traveling, he wants to have food, and he wants to stop by, and he wants to have food. Now this navigator asks our app, okay, whenever I'm along with finding the route, I'll ask you, I'll like provide me another method which can give me the restaurants as well. Okay, now maybe what you think is, okay, I'll add one more method called find restaurant, and then based on the place he specifies, you can find the restaurants nearby, and you can provide to him. You can simply think that, what you, maybe in the navigator class itself, you can put the logic. All these classes will use this logic. Even if a person goes by road transport dot find restaurant, if he invokes this method, easily he can get the restaurants. This is what you think. But if there are no changes, then this looks fine, because find restaurant has a simple logic. You just find the restaurants. Okay, and all these you need not put this find restaurant implementation in these classes as well. Okay, in these classes as well, because this is common to all. But now let us suppose navigator wants something in specific, like he wants to have categorizations as well. Let's say whenever he invokes to get restaurants, he specifies, I want only 5-star restaurants, and your app should give me only 5-star restaurants, or your app should give road by restaurants, or like middle, some other people wants medium priced restaurants. Okay, so what this navigator wants is, based on my input, you provide me restaurants, like how he has done for the route logic. Based on my input, you provide me the route. If I ask for road route, you give me road route, or if I ask for water route, you give me water route. Now in the same way, whatever that had happened for the transportation, he had asked for restaurants as well. Based on the input he gives, you want to give him the restaurant list. Like how you have give the route, you have to give the restaurant list as well. Okay, and let us assume the logic to find these categories are different. Like how you have built route logic for road is different, and water logic is different. In the same way, if you want to find restaurants for 5-star or high priced restraints is different, or if you want to find medium price restraints, it's different. Let us assume you, okay, now in this case you can't put logic here, because let's say I had created there is a navigator who wants to go by road route, but he wants 5-star restaurants. Now what you will do, like what you can do is, maybe in the find restaurant method the same thing you can do. If 5-star, give this logic. If else, if the medium priced, give this logic. Like this, if else, if you can put in the find restaurant method. But again, these requirements keep changing. Later on he can come and say he wants only vegetarian restaurants, okay, or he wants to give only non-veg restaurants. These requirements keep changing. Now what you will think is, okay, for the navigator also I had faced the same problem. What I have done is I simply, created separate classes for each thing, so that even if some new requirements come, I'll create another class. Okay, now let's say we'll do the same thing. First what we can do is, for 5-star I can create a 5-star restaurant. Okay, now let's say for 5-star you can create a 5-star restaurant and you can implement this find restaurant logic. And for medium price you can create another class, medium priced. And for another thing, low price, you can create it. Likewise, even if another requirement comes, or another new kind of restaurant search query comes, you can add new class. But where you should put these classes, like let's say you extend this navigator logic. Okay, your restaurant class implements only this find restaurant. Your restaurant class need not do anything with the build route, right? And even this medium, and even like whenever you add this find restaurant method and you make this as abstract, okay, this X transport method also needs to, put some logic here related to the find restaurant. And this road transport also needs to put some logic here related to the find restraint. Like this is all has become messy, because what we have done, we have created an abstract method here. Whatever classes that inherits has to implement the logic. So initially, since there is only one method, all these transport methods has implemented logic of the build route. Now for restaurant, what you have done, you have created another classes, and what you thought is, whatever I have done for the build route, I'll do the same thing here. So I have created 5-star restaurants, medium restaurant and all, and what I thought is I'll implement this find restaurant method. But what you fail to notice is, along with implementing find restaurant, you need to implement this build route as well. Okay, that is which is not possible for these restaurant logic, because these classes are only for finding restaurants. And one more problem is, you have already built these road transportation classes. Now since you have added one more method here, find restaurant, these classes also has to implement has to add logic related to the find restaurant. That is not possible for the road transport. Okay, now what you understood the problem, right? If you have only a single algorithm, okay, if you have only a single behavior, this inheritance worked fine. But you have multiple behaviors which are varying, then this inheritance doesn't work. Okay, that's why what you will do is, like what you will do is, let's not add these methods. Okay, let's not this X transport and the road transport, let's not implement or inherit this navigator method. What I will do is, let's create this instead of implementing the navigator class, because this logic, this road transportation logic is related to the transportation routing logic, but not related to the navigator, right? Navigator can have multiple behaviors, but I am inheriting the navigator class, which doesn't seem appropriate, right? So what I'll do is, maybe I can add routing, like route class. Okay, build route class. Now to avoid that problem, I can add build route class. Okay, and then what I'll do is, I can create one more class here, road transport. Yeah, these many classes. Now what I'll do is, first I'll create road route. Now I'll create water route. Now I'll create a pedestrian route. Oh, yeah, pedestrian route. So all these what you can do, like all these can implement this one. Road route, water route, I can create it, and then I can create the pedestrian route, and all can implement this. Okay. Now what I can do is I can simply add a method build route here. Okay. And all these methods can, all these classes can implement this build route class and add the logic. Like in case in future you can have another requirement and you can add another class. And for the same way, even for restaurants also, what you can do is, you know, find restaurant, right? Restaurant logic. Okay. Restaurant logic. So what you can do is you can add 5-star logic, medium price logics, small low price logic, all these like low price restaurant logic. Okay, you can create a class like this, and here you can have medium price restaurant logic class, and you can create high price restaurant logic. So what I have done here is, whenever you put everything in the navigator, if a new behavior is added, it's affecting the existing behaviors. That's what you have added. So this is the navigator class. Navigator wants to find the restaurants. He wants to find the routes. Likewise, he's getting new behaviors, like finding the restaurant is one of his behavior, and finding the route is another behavior. In future, he can have another behaviors as well. So when you inherit everything from the navigator class, what had happened, as soon as a new behavior is added, your existing behaviors are getting affected, your existing classes are getting affected, as well as with the new classes as well, right? So what, instead of that, what I have done is I have separated all these behaviors. So finding route is a another behavior, is a behavior, right? So instead of extending from the navigator class, what I have done is I have built an interface, or built an interface like this. Build route is an interface, and it has a build route method. So all the road route, water route implements this. Now restaurant logic, I have created a separate interface for restaurant logic, and high price class, medium price class, low price class, it will inherit from this restaurant logic, and it will add logic related to this. Now in navigator class, what I'll do is, if you see in the navigator class, what I'll do is, this is a navigator class. So before we had done inheritance, right? Now instead of the inheritance, what I'll do is I'll prefer composition. Okay, now private, what I'll do in the build route. Okay, private build route. So this is my navigator class. Okay, inside navigator class I am adding behaviors, private build route. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll add for logic for restaurant logic as well, restaurant logic. Okay, instead of inheritance I went for composition, restaurant logic. Now what I can do is, so now even the navigator, like let me zoom this. Now these navigators also, like whenever I create a navigator class, he can specify his own requirements, right? Let's say he wants to build the logic, he wants to pass this class, like client has to pass the class. Okay, now how he can do is, let's say you have a constructor public navigator. During initialization itself, like whenever while creation of the navigator class itself, what you can do is, yeah, so this is my constructor. Okay, in the constructor what I'll add is, this is my constructor public navigator. What I'll do is I can ask the person, like let's say I'm the navigator. Okay, I can pass what route I need and what restaurant logic I need. Okay, now let's say, like let us assume restaurant logic. Now here what I can do is I can pass here, like let's say this dot build route, you know, like I can create like this, and then this dot restaurant logic I can do this. Okay. Now let's say I am the navigator. Okay, I am the navigator. What I'll do is, here if you see, I'll create a class. Okay, navigator. Now because I am the navigator, I should tell by which route I should go, right? So what I'll do is new navigator of, while creating the class itself, what I can say is new navigator of, I can pass new navigator of new road logic. Okay, and then new 5-star price restaurant logic. Okay, new road route or new 5-star restaurant logic, restaurant logic. Okay, so here if you see road route. Okay, now here if you see what you have done in the navigator class, here in this particular method, what you had used the inheritance, which is very difficult when you add a new behaviors. But instead of that, what we have done is we have separated, because here what is varying, these behaviors keeps varying because you keep adding multiple routes, right? Multiple modes of transportation. You can add, you keep adding multiple restaurant logics here, multiple classes. So what you have done is whatever is varying here, because these logic keeps varying and this logic keeps varying, right? You have separated it and you have created a separate interface for those behaviors. Now it looks more clear, right? Because not the navigator, in case some other, even restaurants also wants to use some build route logic, even restaurants can use this behavior, because this is not specific to navigator. Now this is the behavior of the navigator, but this can be used by some other class as well. Now this looks more clear because you could not extend, this class could not be extensible whenever your new behavior as it. That's why you removed all these behaviors and you had created a separate interface for this. But since you need to use this build route and the restraint logic, what you have done is instead of inheritance, you had used composition here. Okay, your navigator class will have this build route and the restraint logic, and during the creation time, you can pass your methods. Now here let's say I am the navigator. What I want to go by road route. Okay, so I have passed this road route class here. So what I have done is I have created class for this. Okay, and then I have passed this new road route of, and this road route is a subclass or the child of build route, right? So here what you have done, you are programming to an interface, not the concrete implementations. Okay, and here for the restraint logic, what I have passed is 5-star logic. Let's say another navigator also comes, okay, and he wants to go by water. What he can do is, let's another navigator comes and he wants to go by water. In this scenario, he can do water route. Okay, he can do water route, and here also he can do medium price logic. Okay, medium price restaurant logic. So this way, if you see, you have build your navigator class in such a way that where you can have more and more behaviors. Even to build route, you can add more classes because it keeps changing. And even to restaurant logic also, like let's say you want to add a new logic for the restaurant logic. So what you can simply do is you can create one more class here. Okay, and even for build route, if a new requirement had come for another mode of transportation, you can create another more class. And that navigator, what he can do is he can use that new classes here. But your navigator class is not touched here. Even already created road route, water route classes are also not touched here. It is so simple, right? So that's why Java always tells you to prefer composition over the inheritance, because what you have done here is you took out the behaviors that varies and you had put it here, and then you have used it here. Okay, now I'll just show you a sample code. Now let's say this is the main class what I was talking. Now let's say you have the navigator. Okay, now route builder, this is the same class. You can see now in the route builder you can pass the route builder, and then okay, you can have this method whenever like in the main class. Let's say I'm creating this navigator. Okay, navigator, what I can do is new navigator of, maybe I want to go by road route. road route builder I can do is, okay, after that what I can do is get route of, maybe I can use from US to you, like New York to, yeah, I can use from New York to Bentonville. So this way you can get the route. So if you observe the navigator class, what you have done is this get route method, what it is doing is it is invoking the route builder method. In the route builder is an interface, right? You have the build route and your route builder has implemented logic for build route, and your water route builder also can implement the route builder. Okay, now in this navigator class, what it does is on the route builder it invokes this build route. So let's say if you have another behavior, you can just use this, maybe restaurant part. Okay, if you have another restaurant logic, you can simply use here restaurant logic. Okay, and what you can do is you can add here restaurant logic. What you can do is you can add here this dot restaurant logic equal to restaurant logic. And one more thing is, now the navigator, if he wants to find the restaurants, he can simply do find restaurant. Okay, find restaurant. He can simply do this restaurant logic dot find restaurant of. Okay, now you would have created separate interface for this. Now one more thing, what you observed here is I have done this set route builder also. Okay, this strategy pattern allows you to change dynamically as well. So what I mean is, let's say I'm like, I have initially I have preferred pedestrian route. Okay, now what I would have done while creating the class itself, while creating the main class itself, I have used here pedestrian route. Okay, like, yeah, let us suppose I have used here pedestrian route. Now he would have got route from New York to Bentonville, like pedestrian route. Now after walking for some time, he got tied up. He got tired, and then what he wanted is, okay, now I'm tired of walking, I'll go by some vehicle, I'll prefer the road route. So in this case, but he had got route only for the walk, okay, not for the road route. But here, since you have added one more method here, right, in the navigator class, set route builder. Now what I can do is, I can now navigator dot set route builder, I can create new road route builder, and then I can get route from the, like, let's say I had stopped at a C place. Now from C place I need to go to Bentonville. Okay, now I can add logic here. Okay, I can get the route here. So this way, whatever had happened during the class creation itself, you are not bound to use only that logic. After some time, if you want to use that logic as well, you can dynamically change it. Okay, now initially when I'm creating the navigator class, I preferred pedestrian, but after some time I want to go by route. Now I can set that behavior. Okay, dynamically I can change the behaviors as well. I need not bound to the behavior that is set at the creation time. Okay, this is one more advantage of the strategy pattern. So let me show the class diagram of that. So if you see here in the strategy patterns, the key players here are like these four. Okay, context, strategy, client, and the concrete strategies. Okay, now strategy is the behavior. Okay, like build route. Okay, route builder is one behavior, and the finding the restaurants is one logic. Okay, those are all, route behavior is one strategy, and restaurant behavior is another strategy. Okay, now concrete strategy is is an interface, because even if you see here, route builder is an interface, because you don't have a single route builder, right? You have this route builder, and you have another route builders as well, water route builder. That's why strategy is just one of the behaviors in the navigator class. This route builder is one of the behavior, and restaurant logic is the one of the behavior. These are all the strategies. And then what are all the concrete strategies? So under each strategy, under route builder, you have this route builder, and you have the, here you can see the water route, and you have this pedestrian route. These are all the concrete strategies, because your actual logic is present in these classes. Okay, even if you see here in the build route, I will implement some logic here. Okay, so these are all called the concrete strategies. Now context is the navigator class. Okay, because the context is the main player here. Okay, and this context has multiple behaviors. Here if you can see this, he has set like what he had done initially. You had created a strategy, let's say road behavior, and you had implemented water strategy like road route, water route and all. And this route builder, he had put in the context that you had this as a composition. Okay, now here you can see this is the composition, and you have this set logic in this class diagram. If you see set strategy, so you have this set route builder. Okay, now do something. Now if let's say you want to get a route, okay, what you have done, this dot whatever the strategy you had set up, you execute this method on that strategy. Okay, now you got it right. There are four key players here: context, strategy, concrete strategies, and the client. Okay, now in the do something, what you have done, strategy dot execute. Okay, whatever method is there in the strategy, you have to execute it. You can compare it here. Okay, this is one strategy route builder, and you had done this set route builder. And in the do something method is analogous to get route here. And then what you have done, strategy dot execute is there in the do something. Okay, this dot route builder dot build route. Okay, here execute is present here, right? This method you are invoking it here. So I guess it is so more clear, right? Now in the client is the person who invokes, who invokes this context. Okay, now what you have done, you had created a new strategy here, and you had set that strategy on the context, and then you had done something here. So here main class is the client here. What you had done, you had created a new strategy, new pedestrian builder. Okay, so if you see the class builder, you had created a new strategy. I had also done the same thing, new pedestrian route builder, and then context dot set strategy. So after some time, what I have done, navigator dot set strategy of this new strategy. Okay, pause that, what I have done, context dot do something. Okay, what I have done, navigator is the context here, and do something is nothing but get route method. Okay, so I have done the same thing. So this is the UML diagram of the strategy pattern, where you have context strategies. Okay, now I had explained about navigator class, right? But there are so many examples in real world. Let's say you talk about payment processor. Now initially, even you would have seen, right? Initially there was only debit card processor. The payment processors was only accepting debit cards, and later on what you had like later on it started accepting credit cards. Later on Paytm. Now now you can see UPI, right? So this way you can have multiple strategies. So let's say you have this payment processor as a context, right? And it has the behavior of doing the processing the payment. But processing the payment can be done different ways, using the credit card, using the debit card, using the API. Okay, now you in the concrete strategies you can put the logic. Okay, for credit card you can put your logic, for debit card you can put your logic. Okay, what this payment processor can do is, like whenever you want to do some processing, you can provide, okay, I want to do the credit card processor. While creating this payment processor, you can invoke payment processor is the context here, and the concrete strategies are credit card processor and the debit card processor. And you can do this. This is also one more example. And another examples in the Java are like collections. So collections, what you can do is, you have this sorting logic, right? So let's say I have a list of strings, or maybe, or you can consider list of integers as well. Okay, now initially I want to sort this. Okay, I want to sort this by maybe ascending to descending order. First logic is ascending to descending order, and the later what I want to do is, I want to sort the same list in a descending order. Okay, so in this way what you can do is, instead of putting sorting logic in this array list class, what you can do is, you can have separate sorting strategies. and you can pass those strategies here, like list dot sort of. If you see this particular method, right, list dot sort, see, let's see, you can create, like you can pass here a comparator, okay. Like this comparator logic can be anything. Initially this comparator logic can be related to the ascending, and this comparator logic, it can, like later on if you want to do by the descending order, you can pass that comparator logic, okay. So here what you have done is you have created comparators separately, which has ascending logic, descending logic, or some other logic, and you are just passing that comparator here, which is also a strategy pattern, okay. Because this sorting is one of the behavior of the list class, but that behavior varies, because whenever you create a list, you don't want to create a simple sorting logic. Whenever people wants, you can create, you can use those sorting logic, right? That's why you have separated the sorting logic outside from the list class, and you can use that as a composition, okay. And use this strategy pattern when you know, when your logic keeps changing. Now let's say your build route, and like in the build route, if you see here in the build route, like you keep changing this logic, right? And in the restaurant logic also. So if you have these dynamic changes, use this. Otherwise, if you have a simple class, let's say you are building an application where you are building the route, and you know that you are not going to build the route for the water, pedestrians, and sea. Your application will build route only for the roads, okay. Then in that case, what you can do is, you need not use this strategy pattern inside the navigator class itself, okay. You can put inside the navigator itself, you can put that method, because your application won't be changing in future, okay. Whenever you have the changes dynamically, and whenever you foresee the changes that can come in future, then only go for strategy pattern. And now let's see the definition of the strategy pattern. This is the definition of the strategy pattern, okay. The strategy pattern defines a family of algorithms, encapsulates each one, and makes them interchangeable, okay. Now if you see, the strategy pattern defines a family of algorithms, okay. Now what you have done, you have defined a family of algorithms. So this is one family, route builder is one family, restaurant logic is one family, and encapsulates each one. Now if you see here, even in this class, what you have done, you have just created a class for the route, and you are invoking method that is present in the build route. You are basically encapsulating it. For the user, what you have done here is, you have exposed the build route. You did not specify here road route, you have specified the build route. Basically what you have done is, these methods, these classes implements this class, and then add logic for the build route. You are encapsulating all your logic in road route, water route classes. You are not putting everything in the build route. So the strategy pattern defines a family of algorithm. This is one family, and this is another family, and all this logic is encapsulated under build route, and all this logic is encapsulated under restaurant logic route, okay, and makes them interchangeable. Because even if you see here, what you have done is, one navigator uses the road route, and another navigator uses the 5-star or the medium price. You can interchange it, right? Even after going for a specific route here, like even after selecting a pedestrian, later on you can change it to road route, okay. You can you can make them interchangeable, okay. And one more thing is, strategy lets the algorithm vary independently from clients that use it. Now, if you see this particular pattern, let's say, even if new algorithm comes, or even if a new route comes, you are adding it here, okay. And your navigator class doesn't need to know it, or your client doesn't need to know it. It can, like your navigator class doesn't need to be aware of these changes, okay. That's what this is tells. Strategy lets the algorithm vary independently from the clients that use it, okay. Now am navigator is using it, but your algorithm, you know, these algorithms can change independently, okay. That's what this definition says, okay. Yeah.